What's an INTP like? Take a deeper look and understand what makes this personality type tick. If you've already spent some time looking into the INTP personality type, then you probably know about the preferences that make it up. They include introversion, intuition, thinking, and perceiving. These preferences are four of the 8 Myers-Briggs preferences that are arranged into 4 dichotomous pairs, which include introversion, extroversion, intuition, sensing, thinking and feeling, and judging and perceiving. You can use any of these preferences well, but the theory suggests that from birth, you prefer to use one over the other, even though you are able to use them and you're called to use them on a regular basis in day-to-day life. By looking at the 4 preferences that make up your personality type, you can learn that you enjoy spending time alone, that you're recharged by thinking and you prefer to be in your inner world, that you like new ideas and creative projects. You're also a very logical, analytical thinker who takes an objective stance when making decisions. And finally, you like, to some extent or another, to have some flexibility in your life and to not be tied down by the schedule, especially one that someone else has imposed on you. But let's take a deeper look. What else can we find out about your personality? While most people are familiar with the preferences, far fewer know about what are called the cognitive functions. The cognitive functions are mindsets that motivate you and explain why you do what you do. They come from the work of Carl Jung, the same work that inspired the current day Myers-Briggs personality theory. In Myers-Briggs personality theory, each personality is comprised of 4 cognitive functions, and there are 8 altogether. So we can learn a ton about you by taking a look at the 4 functions that make up your personality. These functions occur in a hierarchy, and they include introverted thinking, extroverted intuition, introverted sensing, and extroverted feeling. In your personality, introverted thinking is the most influential function, and extroverted feeling, while it has somewhat of an attraction and a pull, is the least influential. Let's look at each of your cognitive functions in turn. Your first and most influential cognitive function is something known as introverted thinking. Introverted thinking is oriented inwardly, so most people won't at first recognize that this is a big part of your personality, but it definitely is. It causes you to be an objective, analytical thinker and an excellent conceptualizer. This function gives you an incredible ability to understand a system in all its working parts. It also enables you to be a great troubleshooter. You can quickly figure out what the problem is and why an information system or a computer system, for example, may not be functioning as it was designed to function. TI is a function that allows you to concentrate for an extended period of time. Regardless of the environment you find yourself in, you have an ability to focus much longer than any other personality type. This cognitive function also makes you fiercely independent. You really value the ability to control yourself and your environment and your workflow, and you abhor bureaucracy and rules that you feel are inefficient and unnecessary. You have an incredible ability to figure out which steps need to be taken to get a job done the most efficiently, and you're great at coming up with customized solutions for the problems that you face. You may have a philosophical bent and be interested in why people think and act the way they do from a logical standpoint. Rene Descartes was probably an INTP because he broke the whole world down and deconstructed reality until he could say, we are because we think, or cogito ergo sum, I think, therefore I am. This function enables you to excel with numbers, analytics, and most things that require logic. Your second or auxiliary cognitive function is something known as extroverted intuition. Its direction is outward, and this is what most people notice about you when they first get to know you. You're creative, come up with a lot of new possibilities, and enjoy thinking about the future. A lot of INTPs enjoy theory and new ideas, and they also look below the surface for meaning. INTPs seem to always have tons of projects running and others on the back burner because extroverted intuition loves and gets very excited about new ideas. For about 3 to 6 months, you can be super engaged in a new project until something else captures your attention. While staying focused on one thing can, from time to time, be a challenge, and sticking with a career can also be challenging because you need constant stimulation and new ideas. It's also a gift in that you can brainstorm and problem solve very easily, and you're open to learning about many, many things. When you couple TI and NE together, you get a person who knows a lot about a lot because You like to explore all kinds of information on a variety of subjects, and then your introverted thinking allows you to categorize and systematize all that information that you've learned. So it's not surprising that many INTPs do well as college professors, and that this personality type has been nicknamed the absent-minded professor because it's so easy for an INTP to get caught up in thoughts, deep thoughts, and lose track of the world around him, especially, like I suggested earlier, when the person is focused and engaged in grappling with a deep logical idea. As an NT, or someone who uses intuition and thinking, you're concerned with excellence and doing things the right way. This even plays out in the way you express your words. You want to use just the right words, so it may take you longer than another personality type to express what you want to say, depending on your experience and your upbringing, as well as your natural gifting. Your third or tertiary function is introverted sensing. Introverted sensing is another information gathering function, as is extroverted intuition. Extroverted intuition tends to be concerned with theories, ideas, future possibilities, and likes to gather all kinds of theoretical insights and ideas from a variety of places. Introverted sensing, by contrast, is interested in practical sense data that is verifiable with the five senses. So history and news may appeal to you more than it may to other intuitive types. Introverted sensing is concerned with material conservatism. So there's a part of you that probably enjoys saving money and doesn't readily throw out things that could be used at a later date. Introverted sensing also enjoys traditions and preserving past ways of doing things that have worked in the past. Interestingly, extroverted intuition likes new things and new possibilities. So you may at times be at odds with yourself, part of you wanting to forge ahead and try something new, and the other part of you wanting to stick with a comfortable, tried and true way of doing things. Introverted sensing, by and large, appreciates security, while extroverted intuition treasures novelty and new ventures. This is a great combination of functions to have, in that it allows you to think about the future, but also to consider what has worked in the past before you make a decision. This may also contribute to the challenge of making up your mind, considering you have so much to think through. Since extroverted intuition is higher up your functional hierarchy than introverted sensing is, it's probably better in most cases that you continue to learn and explore and try new opportunities rather than just stick with what's tried and true and has worked in the past. Your fourth and final function is extroverted feeling, and extroverted feeling is concerned with the emotions of other people. As is the case with every personality type, the fourth function is the inferior or the weakest, so it's the one you have the least control of all your conscious functions. It's probably more challenging for you to tune in to other people's feelings, or at least to care about them more than you care about logic and coming to a rational, objective decision. Every personality type is also drawn to the inferior function at some time or another, so there's probably a part of you that wants other people to affirm and approve of you and the work that you do. But you'll see extroverted feeling more often than not when you're under stress. You may express your emotions outwardly, do so in a way that's not nearly as controlled or smooth as an ENFJ or ESFJ, who's a dominant extroverted feeling user. When you find that you're sharing more feelings than you typically would and leaning more on your emotions and the emotions of others than on the logic that you typically rely on, there's a good chance that you're feeling stressed. If you'd like to learn more about yourself and your unique personality, I'd love to work with you. Visit personalityadvisor.com and click on the words that read, "Click here to schedule your coaching call to set up a meeting with me." You can find this link in the description below the video. Thanks so much for watching this video. I hope that you found it helpful. If you'd like to learn more about your personality and other personality types, then I'd encourage you to subscribe to the channel. I'll be creating new videos on a regular basis. I'm looking forward to seeing you on the next show.